Welcome, Pokemon players, to another episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. Today's deck is Diancie-EX with a Ribombee. This is a Discount EX deck. I want to thank Click the Links for first introducing me to Diancie. I never used this card. It is a budget EX. I think you can get it for about one pack. So 4 of them shouldn't cost all that much. And thanks to 21 Times for sharing me his version of this deck. I retweaked it slightly, or maybe not so slightly, but to make my own version. And everybody should do that. If you see a deck that you like and maybe there's some tweaks to it that you'd like to do that fits more your style of play or your comfort. So I did the same thing here. So thanks to both of them for helping me out, and that's kind of what I'm talking about when I talk about how I've changed the giveaways to best comment. It really helps when you guys give me ideas, so I really appreciate it a lot, and here is the result of one of those. So the focal point of today's deck is Diancie's Sparkle Veil ability. As long as this Pokemon's your active, all damage done to your Pokemon is reduced by 30 with healing. And healing comes in many forms. And the third part of this focal point is the Fighting Fury Belt, which gives Diancie 40 more hit points. So it makes it a little bit harder to knock out, especially if the ability is active. And if you can't one-shot it, that is the strength of this deck because of the healing. And healing comes in 2 forms here. The Curative Pollen by Ribombee, which once during your turn you can heal 20 damage from one of your Pokemon. And Fairy Drop, which heals 50 damage from one of your Pokemon that has any fairy energy attached to it. So you can take a little bit less damage, you've got a little bit more hit points, and you can heal in between turns. So if your opponent cannot one-shot you, 2-shotting you is going to be even more difficult because in between I'm likely to get some of that energy back, some of those hit points back. So pretty cool concept deck. It doesn't work all the time, but this is not a super duper awesome deck, but it is certainly a fun deck to play. You can frustrate a lot of decks with it, and it's just a fun deck to play. So there are some cool synergy in this deck. Another kind of synergistic combo is Fairy Garden. So your Diancie takes some damage. You retreat because you have Fairy Garden, and you can bring another Pokemon to active, probably another Diancie, if you have another one ready. And while that one's on the bench, you can heal him with your Ribombee. So it's pretty cool. Puzzle of Time also helps out. A little synergy there, getting some of your Fairy Drop, maybe your energy, anything else you need back. So that's in this deck. But other than that, this deck's pretty straightforward. Some level balls to get the little guys out, nest balls to get Diancie out, special charge, etc., etc. For draw power, I'm going a combination of Birch and Shauna with some N and Sycamore. I don't want to discard too much with this deck, so I put in a little extra. I'm putting these all on my sheet with the 1 random receiver. Gives me a 17% fail draw on the initial draw, which is pretty good. Not at that high level, but again, we're not using Shaman, so it can be almost possible to obtain that high level and still have a functioning deck with other cards in it. So pretty pleased. 3 V-Seekers, 2 Sycamore. If you run across Carbink, you're kind of screwed. If you really want, you could throw in a Hex Maniac, but if you have to play it, that's going to hurt you because there goes Sparkle Veil and there goes Curative Pollen. So fun deck to play and not much else to say about it. So we'll get right to the games after a short break. All right, welcome back. This is going to look like game 1 to you, but this is actually game 2. Although the first game, someone just went through a bunch of mulligans and then decided, giving me about 7 cards, wasn't going to be worth their effort. Come on, just play it. You might get an N or something. Unless they're just figuring out a deck now. All right, so now I've got a mulligan. Although my hand in that first game was interesting. I had a Sycamore, a Birch, and 2 double colorless energy. So I was trying to figure out which I would play Do I play the Sycamore and just chuck the 2 double colorless? Or do I play the Birch and risk failure by only drawing 4 cards? So I did not start with the Diancie either, so that would have been interesting. All right, this is a good hand if I get to keep it. And this is going to be interesting to play against because there's going to be a... this should be fun. I hope it's not the Vileplume version of this, because that will make a lot of this tough. Let's see, Revitalizer. Interesting. Although, you know, with Trainer's Mail, you can't just go, oh, that's what the person wants. That could have been the only card that they've had the possibility to take, so... Oh, darn it. I did not want to see an N, because this would have been nice to put down the second nest ball, get both these FFBs down, and, yeah, that's a much... This is awful. I might have to waste one of these Puzzle of Times on, making sure I get a draw next hand, so... Not happy with that. Yeah, and this is a Vileplume deck, so there you go. My opponent definitely looking for first turn lockdown, and that is why I did not want to see that end played. And that means I really can't play the stadium until he plays his, because I'm sure that my opponent has 4 stadiums, and I don't want to lose the stadium war. All right, can we get a draw card? No. And I'm not going to risk anything here because I may not even be able to play these Puzzle of Times soon. So let's make sure. Okay, N is next, and I don't mind that. I will take that over Birch, even if it gives my opponent more cards. I mean, granted, he's going to be closer to lock, but there's not much to do here. So my opponent's going to try to needle me to death and stop me from playing any item cards. There goes Sycamore, alright. A lot of cards in there. 2 GXs, but he can get that back. We know he's got the Revitalizer, but he can't play it if he's got Vileplume out, but most likely he can do that beforehand. This is interesting here. I think he'd want to save the Float Stones for his Vileplume. Alright, so he's going to attack and go back into his hand. It's actually not going to do any damage because of the Sparkle Veil ability. Pretty cool. I mean, that's the cool thing about this deck is that a lot of attacks are going to be muted. Well, this is tough here. That's an interesting matchup because he does have a double colorless and he can be close to knocking me out. Well, we'll get rid of the double colorless now, so that's one possibility. Alright, we have the ability to attack. We have the ability to heal. We have the ability to draw more. Would have liked a stadium here. Or actually a FFB, Fighting Fury Belt to give me more hit points. But let's see. You know, if he knocks me out, you know, I can wait 1 turn. If I wanted to, put a single energy on him and then attack next turn so that I would be assured of knocking him out. But, oh, I don't even... Oh, that's interesting. So he can use his GX attack to knock me out if he wants to. There's no stadium in play, so that's a little bit of problem on my part because I chose not to. Oh, there's another Vileplume. Interesting. Now on the next turn, I may play this energy and then I'll go for Birch because I don't want to give my opponent a new hand every time. So that is my thinking here. Alright, so here comes the Needles. Or Feather Arrows, 20 damage here and there. And Sparkle Veil ability does not work because it's not an attack. It's an ability. Interesting. Does he have a Sycamore there? I would hope he doesn't. Is that going to be an N, a Sycamore? Oh, Shaman. Good thing is, Diancie can one-shot Shaman, so if I do need it, I can use it. But he doesn't have much bench space for a Vileplume here. And I haven't seen a stadium yet. Alright, there goes N. So there goes my hand. That's fine with that. I was going to probably end up playing Birch, but I'll get a whole new hand. Another double colorless would be great. Good. A Fighting Fury Belt is good. Let's see if he gets a double colorless and goes to knock out my Diancie. Floatstone, interesting. Does he not have the energy he needs, or is he thinking where to place it? I'm guessing he's going to knock this guy out if he's needling this guy on my bench. No! He's going to try to hide this guy until he needs him. So, Fighting Fury Belt, engaged. Nest Ball, let's get some, let's get another Cutiefly out. So it's good. These guys are going to help me prevent damage if I can get him set up in time. Now he can, if he gets 2 of these set up, he can kill this guy off. But maybe I'll put 2 down, and he won't be able to kill both off, and then I'll be able to throw the other one on. Again, I'm going to need to Puzzle of Time and hopefully get a supporter. Oh, that's great. That is great. I could do the Trainer's Mail to get him and thin out my deck a little bit, but why should I? Now I'm going to play the Stadium because it's going to help me knock out this Shaman. And I'm feeling pretty good here. Not great. He can play that. He can play that. Well, he doesn't have much space for a Vileplume. He can get it out. That's the one thing that scares me. And I did not get an energy for this guy last turn, so. Alright, there goes my Stadium. Not that it's all that important for this deck. I just need any Stadium in play so this attack does damage. Is he just going to rage me? It's gonna. Well, he's got to use the GX attack, I think, to knock him out. Will it knock him out? It will not knock him out, because that'll do 180 minus 30, but I'm at 190 as it is. So he would have to needle me first. So I think if he needles me, it might work. So it's 180 minus 30 is 150. No, it will not work. 170 total, and I have 190. So he'd need another Decide UI GX. He's down to 8 cards. This is interesting. I had a game the other day where I played a deck, and my opponent was playing a mill deck. It was Houndoom Bunnelby, and he actually picked a good deck to play that against. Yeah, he's going for the knockout on him, but unless he's got that Revitalizer, I feel okay with this. He's not going to knock me out. And I can retreat, and I can use this Fairy Drop, so we'll Fairy Drop. Let's heal as much energy as we can from him, and then we're going to play our Stadium and Sycamore. This is looking promising and promising by the second. I'd love to get an energy on this guy. Great. I'm going to put the double on him. Hope my opponent doesn't have anything. Let's see what. Well, let's not play this yet because I'd like to wait a turn and see what my opponent does. Let's heal up our active Pokemon. So we're back to 80. You know what? If I can get another little more heal on him, that might be worth it. So let's try this. Let's see what I get here. No. Alright, I'll take the N. That's fine. And I was even willing to do that. Forego a supporter there to get more healing, because then he'll be back to 30 health. He'll be almost at full strength. And I have the energy I need for the second attacker. I have a third attacker, and I have a Puzzle of Time. So fine with waiting it out. Let's 111. We are going to knock him out because of the Fighting Fury Belt. 120. So there we go. Although this end doesn't help now that I have only 2 cards left, but the cool thing about this deck that I find is that you don't really need to, once you get kind of set up, you don't need to continually draw. I don't have to constantly be playing Sycamores and Birches and Shaunas and Ends to, like, yes, in the early on, but then you kind of get everything here. It takes a little longer for your opponent to do damage. Alright, now there's Lugia. Alright, so Lugia is going to do 100, but that's going to be reduced because of Sparkle Veil. So it'll only be 70. And even with, he'd need 2 of these. Alright, so I think he's decked out here. I think we have this in the bank. He might knock this guy out. That's fine. We could just put a single energy on him. Take out the... Even just for... Well, if he doesn't play an N or something. Well, even if he plays an N. He's got no cards here, so... My opponent is decked out trying to get his setup going. Obviously could not get the Vileplume. How much of a line did he have? A 2-2 line. So he's going to go for the knockout here. I think he's going to be short. No, he's got 2 GXs. He's gonna be able to do it. So he should start aiming for this guy, I think, at this point. Because now he's got enough to knock him out. So he should go after this guy. No. I think that's a wasted energy. You know what? I am going to Sycamore one of his guys. I'm going to tell you why. I think I need Fairy. I have something in Fairy I still need to complete. Ah! Alright. Well, I'll take the victory. Why not? There you go. So I did have the knockout 60. So I could have knocked out one more. But my opponent decided that wasn't for me. Alright, we are back. So that game... went surprisingly well. Decide UI Vileplume, definitely one of the stronger decks. A lot of people seem to have anxiety playing against it. I can't say that was a typical game against that deck. Wow, this is not a great hand at all. But you know what? You take a win when you get it, and why not? All right, my opponent with Psychic and Grass here. It's going to be some kind of... I don't know. I'm thinking the Psychic is going to be a Garbodor, but I don't know. Could be completely wrong. There we go. My opponent played his Pokemon here. I don't really have much options on what to play here. Oh, that just helped everything. I'm hoping to get a Nest Ball with that guy. That would be ideal. And then I can play the N. And I could play the Fighting Fury Belt. No. I'm still not going to play the Stadium. I'm going to just be done. And I'll play N. Get a brand new hand. Hopefully get... my Diancie's out there. No. Alright, so we do have a Nest Ball. We have a Sycamore. We'll have to wait a turn. So we're going to be a little bit behind because we did not get to put an energy down. I should have plenty of energy in this deck. There's 10 in here, so there should have been a good chance of getting one in that hand, although it's not guaranteed. Alright, what are we playing against? Alright, so here we go. GX time. So interesting, another GX deck. So we're kind of playing old school cheap deck against maybe a little more expensive deck. We're going to see Lurantis GX out. He's not going to attack me this first turn, I think, because of this energy. Alright, this should be interesting. Ooh, that's good. This is kind of what I want here. He's stuck there, this Cutiefly, for now. If I could put a single energy on him, I can retreat him, but... Nothing here. I mean, I could play Puzzle of Time for Nest Ball or Trainers Mail. But I don't really see the need. In a way, I'm hoping he knocks this out because that'll make it quicker for me to start attacking. Alright, so I got my wish. There we go. Now we got to deal with this bull. I need a Fighting Fury Belt on this guy. I don't want to play N. He's only got 2 cards. Do I play Sycamore or Shauna? Well, if I'm going to play Shauna, I might as well do this. Although I'm not sure what else I would get. Wow. All that for Lysandre. Lysandre does not help at this time. Almost would. It'd almost be really nice if I can target this guy. I mean, the other thing I could do is play it and then not attack. And then I have this in my discard if I need it later. Oh, I have one in my discard. All right, so let's just play Shauna. Hope I get a single energy in a stadium. Fighting Fury Belt. No. No single energy. Wow. So this is going to be interesting. So my opponent does the regular attack, Rage. I mean, Horn attack. He's going to do 60 damage, but it's going to be cut by 30. So that means it's down to 30, and then I can heal that up with these two guys. So, oh, he did have a Sycamore in his hand, so. I may have to use these Puzzle of Times to grab someone. Let's heal up first. Oh, we've got the third one, but that doesn't really help. And what do I play here? Maybe I play N. Use these two to play N. Maybe a Trainer's Mail and an N, because that may give me what I need. So let's see. It's unfortunate I have to use it this way, but Trainer's Mail and N. I don't want to play. Do I want to play Sycamore? No, he's got a lot of cards in his hand, so I'm okay with resetting that. That's a lot of cards. Oh, well, that didn't help at all. Alright, so we're going to play N here. Hopefully, can we get a Fairy Energy? No. No, another Diancie, though. Fighting Fury Belt, which will help. A Stadium, which will hold on to. Although I don't think my opponent's going to really play one, but I could play this next turn. Still waiting for Fairy Energy. It is eluding me so far, but cool thing about this deck is it takes a lot to take this guy down. So if you can't really one-shot him, then it's my advantage. Ah, there goes Ann. Alright, that's fine. I'll take a brand new hand. It'll probably give me a Fairy Energy, so still hoping for a Stadium. Did not get the Stadium I need. So I'm hoping a Trainer's Mail will give me something. That does not bother me at all. We will heal that up with our little bees. We're going to play a level ball and get another little bee out. Oh, he's not there. He's in here. So this... Let's play Trainer's Mail first, see what that gives us. And, okay. So I think that is going to be useless to us. Oh, no, we still have a Puzzle of Time in here, so let's hold on to that level ball. Because maybe we can Puzzle of Time one of those cards back. Yeah, taking it out within our deck a little bit. And now that I got it in my hand again, maybe I should have. Alright. Fairy Garden. I don't mind attacking him. Let's just see what the GX attack. Yeah, so if he's going to use a GX attack on me, that's kind of okay. Alright, now I'm going to get rid of this level ball. So I should have done it before. So yet another mistake. Can't play this energy. Still need a single energy. So hopefully this guy does not get knocked out next turn. He can do 180, but 180 is not going to kill him. So I'm almost hoping he does use that. Most likely he'll use Rage if he's smart here. I can always retreat into another Diancie and heal this one up while that one's repairing. So pretty interesting. My opponent doesn't have much set up either. Lurantis probably is going to be... Wow, I would have maybe put it on the Tauros. Maybe not. Let's see. And I could Sycamore this guy, maybe. I'm Lysandre this guy. Although I got to get rid of this Tauros first, so... If he leaves him as his active, he's going to attack me. I'm going to have to retreat, hopefully get an energy and attack back. That means I can't place this, and I shouldn't really play a Sycamore. Oh, it did knock me out. How on earth did that happen? 30 times. Oh, it's 3 times that. Yep. All right, so I am miscalculating greatly. So, all right, so that leaves his other GX attacks out. Great, I got the energy I need. I'm going to knock out his Pokemon. 110. There we go. So probably he's going to hit me with the Lurantis with this Flower Supply to power up the rest of his Pokemon. I may opt to knock out one of these guys if I can. Good. I need a Fighting Fury Belt on this guy. I can put a double colorless on this Diancie. I can play a Lysandre on one of these guys because I'd love to get rid of some of this energy off the board. Or do I just go after this guy? He's got the Float Stone on him. So the other idea is to go after this guy, this Lurantis. I have to figure out which is going to be his most dangerous Pokemon. And it'll probably be revealed after he plays his Flower Supply attack. So I can just Lysandre this guy. And I'll have the ability even to Lysandre him again if everybody stays alive. No. I think this Cosmog's going to be evolved. The Moongeist Beam would be a bad part to my deck. Oh boy, is that a counter to my deck or what? He's gonna power up this guy, so I may just target him. Well, there goes my hand. All right, not a great hand to get back, but wow, what a card to go against my deck here. Oh, he's powering up this guy. He can't use that GX attack. And I lost my Lysandre. How many double colorless do I have in here? Just one. Do I play this now? I don't need it. Let's heal up. I don't know if I like this hand or not. I don't. I'd like to get a Lysandre because he's going to retreat this guy and bring someone else up. Ooh, great. 2 Puzzle of Time. So there's no point in putting something in my hand now because unless it's a Fighting Fury Belt. I've got one of those and maybe a V-Seeker. So that I can call Lysandre or Lysandre V-Seeker. Well, he's going to only do 120 with this guy, so I can absorb that. And this guy's only going to do 120, but he's 250, so it's going to take me 3 shots to knock him out. You know what? I think it's better to knock out this guy and then go after one of these. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to try to keep this guy here. I will Lysandre him back. I think I'm going to have to take on this Lunala, which is going to be near impossible for me to knock out. And a Fighting Fury Belt doesn't help me against him, really. Because I'm going to have to do a lot of retreating. Oh! Did not expect that, so... Did not expect that. I do not want to see this guy, and I probably will. And the other idea is to get him before he's fully powered up. Wow, that's weird. Why put it on him when you can... This would hurt my deck tremendously. Interesting. All right. I could even summon this guy. Or I can just knock this guy. Well, I need 4 cards, so I'm going to have to knock out 2 EXs. Let's heal up. Even better. we can heal up and retreat. So he's not even close to being knocked out. We have our stadium in play. Do these... I don't really see... Unless I'm going to Lysandre him now and hope my opponent doesn't have a single card. You know what? He's going to heal this guy anyway. Let's not wait. Let's deal with him now. We're going to have to fight this guy anyway. Let's go for it. We're going to take... why not? I'll do it the slow way in case I change my mind. So... I'm not going to be able to heal this guy on the first turn. So I'll always be healing the guy on the bench. Let's go for it. Come on, you're not even ready to attack, really. Can't use your GX attack. Gives me one extra attack in. See what my opponent does. Does he stay with this guy? Get that extra energy and start doing the can't heal? But I can always heal this guy. So as long as I could switch between the two and heal. Alright, he's looking for that energy. He's down to 6 cards. I might be able to stall him out a little bit. Alright, we got a second one, but I don't think he's got the energy. He's only 6 cards in his deck. One of his energy is prize, so he might have to retreat and use this Lurantis to knock out a Ribombee. Somehow get it. I did not... Yeah, I forgot about this ability, this Psychic Transfer. So, alright, so he's one up on me, but that's okay because I can heal this guy, so... He's out of reach of knocking this guy out. And I can't heal this guy. Let's retreat. Let's heal up. Interesting, it looks like I could have healed this guy after I retreated him, so... That's okay. Let's heal up our active. I'm not crazy about this hand. I'm going to Shawnee it away. Yeah, you have a good deck too. You're giving me fits here. And I can even use this, but I'll wait a turn because I think they're both... Oh, he's not. I can use it. So once he's out of the active spot, that ability goes away. So maybe not the threat I thought he was with the ability, with my stadium and the ability to switch around. If he tries to get rid of this Lunala, I'm going to Lysandre it and knock it out, and then I'll deal with whatever comes next. So, all right, he's gonna place them all on this Lunala, and then maybe he's got a switch or something, or maybe he sees the end coming. I don't know. He must have a switch if he's going to do this. Or he's going to play a max potion. That's my guess. He's going to max potion this, so... It's funny that when you do that, we have to like... Oh, it is a switch. Alright. Oh, no! That just got rid of all my stadiums. Oh, no. So I'm only going to be doing 60 damage per turn. Wow, what a turn. What a turn of events here. And I have nothing to draw. We're going to retreat. But this is our active. Oh, and I've got to discard energy to do it. Let me think about this. I mean, I can get this energy back. We're going to chuck the double colorless there. So all my stadium's gone. Wow, in one shot... He just totally knocked out half my focal point there because I don't have the ability to retreat for free and swap between the two. I don't. My Wonder Stage, my attacks are now decreased. Wow, that was an excellent, excellent play. Oh, man. Alright, he's going to Lysandre this guy. Now he's down to 1, and if he's got another Lysandre, a B can go. And unless I get something, some incredible luck here, I am toast. Wow, what a game. I'm going to go for... I'm going to try the cheap way. Ready? I'm gonna lie. Oh, he can swap energy. Let's see. Wait. As long as you may move energy from one of your Pokemon. It doesn't help. So that was kind of foolish for me to do. All right. So my opponent got me. That was. I thought for a second I'd try to go for the deck out here with 4 cards, but he can just swap the energy. Although if he swaps the energy. Oh, he's going to... It didn't matter anyway. He's going to Lysandre one of these guys. So I guess I could have Lysandre this guy and knocked him out, but he would just come back with this guy and do the same thing. So, wow, what a good game, man. That was an excellent, excellent game. So, I think I'm... I think I'm going to end the video on that note. That was just a really good game. Well played. Could have gone either way. Losing all my stadiums, that was the crushing blow. 3 in 1 shot, man. Wow. And my whole hand gone. I think I had it up until that point. Swapping between the 2 Diancies, healing them. The swap, removing them from the active position, removes the condition from the attack. So that was really cool. I probably until that point I felt like I had the upper hand, but I got to give it to my opponent in that game. That was such an excellent move. So you know, you can see how this deck is. It's pretty good. Obviously, if your opponent can one-shot you or maybe remove the stadium a little bit or go after your little guys, if you can't get rid of the stadium. The damage output isn't as much as you'd like. But it's a good deck. It's definitely a fun deck to play. There's some interesting scenarios you come across when you do play it. There's some cool combos in there as well. As you saw, my opponent was a little frustrated up until he got rid of the stadium. So, yeah, this is a fun deck to play. Special thanks again to Click the Links and 21 Times for introducing me to such a wonderful card and sharing their decks with me, and until next time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when our next video is released. Also, check out our playlists where you can find videos by topics like mill decks or cheap EX decks.